Hello students and namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and our today's topic is your English supplementary reader chapter number 2, The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. Right. So in the first chapter we had discussed about the introduction of the chapter. Then we had seen that how a 15-year-old boy who was a thief met Anil and how he was given the opportunity by Anil to work at his home and to help him out. Right. So basically he had started working at Anil's place to rob him or to steal away money from his place. But as Anil was a very kind fellow, at the end, in the first part when we had discussed, we saw that it had become very difficult for Hari Singh, who was a 15-year-old boy, to rob Anil because of his goodness. Right. But then too, at the end, he decided to rob Anil because he thought that if he will not take away or rob money from Anil, he will spend all the money behind his friends. Right. So this was the discussion which we had seen in the first part of the chapter. Now in the second part we'll see that how he steals money or how he robs money from Anil, then how he runs away with the money, and as I said in the first part that at the end when he robs money from Anil, he realizes that he is doing wrong to Anil and to regret, and he was regretting that thing, and then he decides to come back home and give away Anil's money back to him. So what happened, how did it happen? To see that, let's proceed with the lecture. Right. So here till here we had seen the paragraph which you are seeing, that was the last paragraph. Now we'll move further. Okay. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. Right. So in the picture I'll show it to you. In your textbook it is given like this. The person who is sleeping is Anil and the young boy, right, is Hari Singh. Okay. Fine. So I sat up on the floor considering the situation. That means Anil was well asleep, right? And seeing this situation, Hari Singh felt that now it is the time that he should rob away Anil. Okay? If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. So he is making a planning in his mind that it is the right time to steal or rob the money. By stealing the money, he could get enough time to catch the train which was at 10:30. Sleeping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. So crept means to move slowly and quietly, especially in order not to be noticed, right? So that is crept. So in the picture also you can see the position, right? I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. So here unlined means whenever there is a worry or a tension on our in our life, right, like this, so we can see the lines on our face. So here he is saying that Anil's face was clear and unlined, and he is saying, Hari Singh, he is saying even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. Scars means the sign which is means the symbol, whenever we are hurt by something, then marks appear on our face which are known as scars. My hand slid under the mattress. That means he is putting his hand under the mattress. searching for the notes. Notes means here the money. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in sigh, S-I-G-H, sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. So sigh here means to breathe in loudly, right, with making sound, okay, and it shows a kind of disappointment, okay. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. So startled means surprised, okay. So here it is given that I was startled. Startled means, as I said, it means surprised or frightened, okay, and quickly crawled out of the room. That means after taking away the money, he went out of the room. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the string of my pyjamas. That means he had tied the notes with the string of the pyjamas which he was wearing. Pyjamas means the lower. I slowed down to a walk and counted the notes. 600 rupees in 50s. Okay. So in total there were 600 rupees. I could live like an oil-rich Arab for a week or two. That means this 600 rupees were enough for him to survive for at least 1 or 2 weeks, and that too in a very luxurious manner. Okay. Then further, when I reached the station, I did not stop, and at the station, at the ticket office, I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. So what he is saying, when I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office, because he never had visited the train and he had never traveled on the train, so he didn't know that before traveling in the train you have to purchase the ticket from the ticket platform. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. So dashed means to run or move quickly, okay. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. So as and when he had reached over there at the station, the train had just started moving. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages, but I hesitated. So hesitated means he did not feel like going in the train. He stopped himself, okay. For some reason I can't explain. So he is saying that I should have caught the train. I should have been sitting in the train, but he did not sit in the train. And what was the reason for that? He is not knowing it, right? And I lost the chance to get away. So the train went away and he could not catch the train. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform, right? So when the train went away, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. Deserted means sparsely populated, means as the train had gone away, there were very few people. Sparsely means very few people on the platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help, right? Because he felt that if he had friends, then they might always create a kind of problem for him, because he was doing such a kind of work in which he had to keep on moving from one place to another, so he never kept friends. And I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the stations, right? Because he was still a 15-year-old child, and if he went to stay at any of the hotels, then the hotel manager or the owner might become suspicious about him, right? And he didn't want that thing to happen. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. So here he is the person who is talking about is Anil. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods. So now he is saying that in his short career as a thief, he had learned something. What he had learned, that is to study men's faces, right, when they had lost their goods, right. So it means that if different people, if I have lost my goods or things or anything, then my reactions will be different, and if another person has lost his goods or anything, then his reactions might differ. So the reactions differs from person to person depending upon how important or close that thing was to that person. Okay, if a rich person is there and if he has lost 100 or 50 rupees, then it doesn't make any kind of difference to him. But if a poor person loses 100 or 50 rupees, then it is a big amount for him, right. So the expressions changes. Okay, fine. So we'll move further. That is, the greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. So this is the observe what observation Hari Singh had done about the people's the expression of the people, right. What kind of expression the people give when they lose or when they have lost their goods. Okay, then what he is saying, that but I knew that Anil's face when he discovered the theft would show only a touch of sadness. Why he is saying that Anil's face might be sad? Because here the case is of trust, because Anil had a lot of trust on Hari Singh, and if his trust was broken, then for sure he was going to be very sad. Not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. So as I have explained it to you, I found myself in the Maiden and sat down on the bench. Okay, the night was chilly. It was early in November. So as we know, in the November time there is a cold everywhere, and a light drizzle added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin, and a cold wind blew the rain across my face. So as it was cold and even there was a rainfall, so it had become very chilly, right, and he was totally wet with the rain. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp from the rain. So what he is saying, that I went back to the bazaar, that means the place where Anil stayed, and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. That means a big tower was there, clock tower, which showed it was midnight time, and he was totally wet in the rain, and because of that he realized that the notes which he had tucked in had become wet. Damp means wet. Anil's money. In the morning he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema, but now I had it all. That means when Anil got those money for his work, that is for selling his book to the publisher, as he was very happy, he had given 2 to 3 rupees to Hari Singh for watching the movie, and the remaining money was kept by himself with him. But as the amount, that is the total amount of the money which Anil had, was stolen away by Hari, it was with him. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences anymore. Now this is the paragraph which shows a kind of regret, right. That means Hari Singh was regretting himself, that why he had done such a kind of work or such a kind of thing, that is robbing or stealing Anil. And now as he has done this work, now he cannot go back to his home, now he cannot learn things, because in the beginning we had seen that Anil had promised Hari Singh that he will teach him how to learn and write. Okay, and Hari Singh had thought that by learning things he can become a good person, okay, and earn money. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil. I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. So, as I said, that Hari Singh had thought by learning things, that means how to learn, how to read and write, how to do calculations. One day in his life, he will become a very respected person in the society, and he can earn a good amount of money for himself. But as he has left Anil's home, all these things now won't be possible or would not be possible. I hurried back to the room feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. Right, so what he is saying, that as he had taken away the money, so he is saying that stealing is quite easier, but to return that same thing at its original position, right, without being noticed is very difficult. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway. In clouded moonlight, Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed. That means again he is moving or crawling towards the bed, and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute. Then my hand found the edge of the mattress and slipped under it with the notes. So again, what Hari Singh is doing is keeping the money exactly at the same place or position from where he had taken away the money. I woke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hands towards me. There was a 50 rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. That means he was now very much worried, and he was worried that why Anil is giving away 50 rupees to him, because 50 rupees was a big amount. I thought I had been discovered. That means he thought that by giving this 50 rupees, Anil might tell him that now you can go away from this place. Right? So that were the thoughts coming in Hari Singh's mind. I made some money yesterday, he explained. You will be paid regularly. So these are the words spoken by Anil. What Anil is saying, that now as I've earned some amount, good or handsome amount of money, that is the reason I am giving this amount or money to you, and now whatever work you are doing it for me, I will pay you regularly for that. My spirits rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. That means as Anil gave money to Hari Singh, he was very happy, right? But when he took the notes in his hand, he found that the notes were still wet, damp, as at the night the notes were wet because of the rain. Okay, my spirits rose, that we have already done. Today we will start writing sentences, he said. That means Anil was again ready to teach Hari Singh that how to write sentences. So from this, Hari Singh felt that Anil was totally or absolutely normal. He knew, but never his lips nor his eyes showed anything. So he knew means here Hari Singh is trying to say that through these damp notes or the wet notes, Anil might have understood everything what Hari Singh had done the previous night, but then too neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. That means he did not utter a single word, or he neither scolded Hari Singh for doing anything, right? And he was absolutely normal in his reactions. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. So this time he was normal, and it was the genuine smile, right? Because he was not worried about anything now. right? So the story gets end over here, right? And as well as our second part of the chapter. uh, I hope so that the understanding will means your understanding is clear about the chapter. And thank you so much for watching the video.